Notice your interests shift from cartoons to code as you grow up. Themes and methods in developmental psychology show us why. What will we look at today? We'll look at developmental psychology, find its main themes, and understand the methods psychologists use to study how we grow. By the end, you'll see how these ideas connect to your own life and help explain the change you experience. Imagine your life as a garden. Developmental psychologists study how plants grow and change from seeds to full bloom. They focus on several key themes: stability and change, nature and nurture, and continuous and discontinuous stages of development. First, let's talk about stability and change. This theme asks if parts of who we are stay the same or change over time. Think about your love for a hobby. Maybe you loved drawing as a child and still enjoy it today. That's stability. Or perhaps you started playing a sport in high school and continue it in college. That's change. Another example is how some people remain outgoing throughout their lives, while others become more reserved as they age. Can you think of something in your life that has stayed the same or changed over the years? Next is nature and nurture. This theme explores what makes us who we are. Nature is about our genes, the traits we inherit from our parents. Nurture involves our environment, like our family and school. For example, you might inherit a talent for music, nature, but your parents encourage you to practice every day. Nurture. Think of it like a plant. Nature is the seed, and nurture is the sunlight and water that helps it grow. Another way to see it is like a recipe. Nature provides the ingredients, and nurture is the way you cook them. Jean Piaget, a famous developmental psychologist, said, "Intelligence is what you use when you don't know what to do." This highlights how both nature and nurture play roles in our growth. Another important theme is continuous and discontinuous stages of development. Continuous development means growth happens gradually, like learning to ride a bike step by step as we build up skills. Discontinuous development means we go through clear stages, like moving from childhood to adulthood, with noticeable changes as we level up. For instance, learning to speak develops continuously, while developing a sense of identity might occur in distinct phases during teenage years. Imagine building a tower block by block versus assembling a puzzle piece by piece. How does each method represent different types of development? Within these themes, there are specific theories. For example, Erikson proposed the stages of psychosocial development, which describe how people grow and change through different life stages, each with its own challenges. To study these themes, psychologists use two main methods: cross-sectional and longitudinal studies. A cross-sectional study looks at different age groups at one time. Imagine surveying teenagers and adults today to see how their hobbies differ. This method helps compare different ages quickly. A longitudinal study follows the same people over many years. It's like checking in with a group of friends every year to see how their interests change. This method shows how individuals grow over time. Statistics show that children who engage in regular reading improve their vocabulary by up to 20% more than those who do not. This highlights the importance of early habits on later development, and we learned it from one of these studies. These methods help us understand how people grow and why they act the way they do. For example, by using a longitudinal study, psychologists might find that early reading habits lead to better vocabulary later in life. With a cross-sectional study, they might see that teenagers today prefer digital games more than board games. Additionally, these studies can help identify factors that contribute to success or challenges in different stages of life. Teachers use these principles to create effective learning environments, and parents apply them to support their children's growth. Understanding these principles can help you in school by allowing you to recognize your own learning patterns. For example, if you know that consistent practice improves your skills, you can create a study schedule that reinforces your strengths and addresses your weaknesses. Even if your brain isn't done yet, you can use adult tools, and if you are grown up, there's no excuse. Other people help us just as much as tools. Lev Vygotsky, a key figure in developmental psychology, emphasized the role of social interactions in our development. He believed that learning is a social process, and that our environment plays a crucial role in shaping our abilities. The Marshmallow test, conducted by Walter Mischel, studied delayed gratification in children. The results showed that children who were able to wait for a larger reward tended to have better life outcomes, such as higher academic achievement and healthier lifestyles. Developmental psychology applies to everyday life in many ways apart from these. For instance, using smartphones from a young age can affect attention spans, Participating in team sports can develop leadership and teamwork skills, and engaging in creative activities like painting or music can enhance cognitive abilities. Imagine your development like a river flowing through different landscapes. Nature sets the course of the river, while nurture shapes its path by adding rocks, creating rapids, and guiding its flow. All these themes and methods in developmental psychology come back to our first question: whether we stay the same or change, and how much of us is shaped by our genes or our surroundings helps explain the story of our lives. Developmental psychology doesn't just watch the garden, it helps us understand how each plant grows and interacts with its environment. It shows how every season builds on the last, creating a complete picture of who we are. Understanding these concepts can help you make better choices and understand the people around you. So next time you think about how much you've changed or stayed the same, remember the tools psychologists use to piece together the puzzle of human growth. This ties directly to the original question, showing how enduring themes inform our understanding of development across the lifespan, and how research methods provide insights into behavior and mental processes. By understanding these concepts, you can better appreciate your own journey and the factors that shape who you become. If you're curious to learn more, consider reading about Erik Erikson's stages of psychosocial development, Jane Levenger's stages of ego development, or Jean Piaget's stages of cognitive development to see these theories in action.